I wanted to talk to you about really three important things, because if we do not get this right, not just our personal lives, not just our work lives, not just our kids' futures, but the entire economy is really at stake. We're playing with nothing more important unless we all learn how to be internet savvy. We've got an unbelievable panel of experts, and they spend a lot of time debating all sorts of things that they're going to talk to you about. But I want to put three thoughts in your head, and they're really important. One, and I think you'll agree with me, this is not just about kids anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm starting to think the kids may be better at internet safety than we are. They have less time in front of the screen. They don't like Twitter. They don't want to follow anybody. They want to hang out with their friends. So in many ways, they're, without mentioning these names, they are, in many ways, safer and know more, and as you'll hear from our young panelists today, have been taught well. Second irony of the situation, the internet in its creation was created to be anonymous, right? You could always say, nobody knows if you're a dog on the internet, let's just go there. The internet is so not anonymous, it's not funny. I lost a bag last week, and I took somebody else's bag to my hotel. Identical bags, looked in it, found the guy's name, city, Googled him. Within 2 minutes, I knew the guy's income, what he did, who his kids were, his swimming pool, his block, his neighbors. It was a real wake-up moment. So anybody that thinks the internet is anonymous, it's over. So, and I think the internet, I think you're here. I'm going to mark this as the summer of the loss of innocence for the internet. And I think you will see a transformed internet, for better or worse, shortly. Finally, the last thing I want to say is that, and you've seen it with drugs, you've seen it with smoking campaigns, you've seen anti-smoking, you've seen it with sex. The idea of saying no doesn't work. Whether it's no, you can't go there, or no, I don't want you doing this, it only works to a degree and to an age. And then after that, you need a better reason than just no. And that's what I want you to think about as you see some of the new products and new ideas, because it really marks a turning point. The idea is to say, yes, yes, I want you to be a digital citizen. Yes, I want you to have a great time. But I'm going to arm you with the tools and the toolkits and the education you need to go do it right. So with that, I want to get right into the program. We have just wonderful panelists, and it's a rainy, disgusting day, and these kids have schlepped in from everywhere with a dear friend of mine who really, Parry Aftab, runs Wired Safety, runs Wired Trust, has trained more kids to take control of their internet life than anybody I know. I saw her last week in Washington and watched her first graduates. They're in Dartmouth, they're in Stanford. They're making their mark on the next generation of internet users. And I want to bring Parry and the kids up to tell you about their point of view. I think you'll find it illuminating.
Thanks, Robin. Come on, guys.
You're going to do introductions?
Yes. Grab a seat. Turn off your cell phones, unless they're Verizon. Jack, that was good, right? Well, my name is Parry Aftab, and I run Wired Safety. We are an all-volunteer help group. We've got 16,000 volunteers in 76 countries around the world. None of us is paid a dime. The real power of what we do comes from some of the kids that you're seeing sitting here. So we run Teen Angels and Tween Angels. Teen Angels are 13 to 18-year-olds. If they start in high school, they can stay on through college, and we took one all the way through law school, and finally when she passed the bar, I had to make her a Teen Angels Emeritus. Good thing was she wrote the legislation for Senator Menendez on funding cyber safety legislation. They couldn't understand why she knew more than all of the lawyers in the room, but she'd been training since she was 14. Now, we have 3 of the girls who are sisters. There's a 4th as well, so we're all for nepotism. So when Steph joined as one of my first Teen Angel chapter members in Westchester at the Ursuline School, and Maria was coming up behind her, we had a second recruit. There's a third sister who's not here today, and then the fourth one. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you. Teen Angels just use their first names. Maggie is, I'm going to have you introduce yourself as well. Now, you have 3 college-age teen angels here, all of whom have trained with me since they were about 13 or 14 years old. And so we have Georgetown, Williams, early admission Stanford, early admission Dartmouth, Duke, full ride. These kids pretty much walk into any schools they want to go to because they're amazing. So I'm not going to bother anymore on this one. We're just going to talk. And that means you can ask questions, and they don't tell you what I tell you them to tell you. They spend years learning what they need to know and develop their own programs. Stop Cyberbullying is one of them. Don't Stand By, Stand Up is one of them. The Girl Scouts program, Let Me Know, is one of them. They wrote and helped write MTV's A Thin Line campaign. I sit on Facebook's board. They advise through me to Facebook. They advise Toys R Us. They advise Microsoft, Xbox. They are experts who happen to earn money for their program by consulting for Procter & Gamble instead of doing bake sales. So, Steph, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Stephanie. I am going to be a junior at Georgetown next year, and Parry is being completely honest that she didn't tell us what to say today, because I don't think half of us knew we were going to be speaking until 15 minutes ago.
I'm famous for that. And you've been a teen angel for how long?
I've been a teen angel since I was 14 years old. I was in the first chapter that was started at our group. Actually, Parry came to speak at our school, and she talked about the possibility of starting Teen Angels chapter. She talked about all of her teen angels and all the great work they'd done. And of course, we all had to have one. So I was kind of in the beginning of that at my school, but as you can see, it's really taken off. I have 3
generations of teen angels
so.
in that one school. So a generation comes when the kids graduate from high school, but it's pretty amazing. So you worked for Procter & Gamble.
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
Well, Procter & Gamble had started a website for young girls called beinggirl.com, and me and a couple of the other teen angels were given a section of the website where we basically would answer questions that any of the girls had, or they could come with problems if they were being cyberbullied. If they had a question about what they should do online, they could ask us, and we would have time set aside during the week where we would answer their questions.
And their program funded all of Teen Angels around the world for 3 years just because of the consulting work they were doing. So why don't you tell us who you are?
Hi, I'm Maria. I'm Stephanie's sister. I'm going to be a freshman at Georgetown next year. And I've been a Teen Angel since my sophomore year in high school, so I guess about 3 years.
About 3 years. And what's the coolest thing you've done as a Teen Angel?
Well, this year I got to test out the new Microsoft Connect, so that was pretty cool. It hadn't even come out yet. Nobody knew what it was. It was under a code name, too. Me and Maggie went to the city, and we got to test it out, so that was fun.
That was very cool. Good. Is it on? There you go.
Hi,
That's what big sisters are for.
I'm Caroline. I'm Maria and Stephanie's sister. I'm going to be an 8th grader at the Ursuline School, and I've been a Teen Angel for 2 years, but Tween Angel.
And what's the coolest thing you've done as a Tween Angel?
Well, also, it was after the Microsoft Connect came out. Me and my other sister, who's not here right now, we got to not test it out, but we got to advise them on their new games and if we like them or not.
Yeah, they're the shortest consultants you've ever met. And one of these days, your feet are actually going to touch the ground under those chairs. Matt, who are you and what do you do?
My name is Maggie. I'm 18 years old, and I just graduated from Ursuline, and I'm going to Williams this fall. I, like Maria, joined Teen Angels my sophomore year, so about 3 years now.
Great. And what's the coolest thing you've done as a Teen Angel?
One of the more interesting things I've done is we actually had a group of government officials and educators from South Korea actually come to my school and chat with some of us. And it was really interesting to see that they had the same problems that we had in our community, like halfway across the world. So, you know, these issues aren't local, they're international.
So it's very interesting. So when I can't appear to speak somewhere or to do a television engagement, the Teen Angels fill in for me, not one of my adult volunteers.
Hi, my name is Joshua. I'm going to be in the 8th grade next year, and I've been a tween angel for about 5 years now.
Yes. And what's the coolest thing you've done as a tween angel?
That's a pretty hard question. Everything we do as a tween angel is cool.
Really cool. Did you do any videos for Verizon?
Yes, we did. That was really cool.
That was really cool. And you can look over at Jack's direction and make it look like he didn't pay me $20 to have you say that. Okay, Vincent, who are you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm Vincent. I'm going to 8th grade next year with Josh. I've been a tween angel for about 4 years. And the coolest thing I've done, besides the videos of Joshua, is the news stories about, we once did one on Channel 5, I think, about how parents can game with their children and see what they're doing.
Yeah, that was very cool, wasn't it?